Recently I've been thinking a lot about, like, if I want to be an artist and, like, what it would look like, I guess, if I decided not to be an artist. And so I've been trying to talk to a couple people who, like, went to art school and sort of, like, what it means to, like, go to art school and then, like, what do you do after and sort of this process of figuring that out. Coloring Crane with Crane. Hi. Here's my friend Santiago, who also went to school with me. And so Santiago, are you an artist, and why? Why are you an artist?
It's so weird, like, how do you, like, what qualifies as, like, identifying as an artist? Like, when do you have the right to do that, you know? Because after, like, at some point during SMFA, I was like, I don't think I want to do, like, the type of art that you, like, exhibit, you know? And I started thinking way more about, like, music, and trying to do music in an art context, only because I felt like, then the conversation wouldn't be dominated by, like, the canon of, like, you know, like, the way that art school talks about art, you know, and, like, these days I feel like, at least my experience of it, like framing everything in reference to, like, certain French philosophers and, like, all this shit that I don't feel like I have any, like, good understanding of. Or so I don't know if I identify as an artist because, like, I feel like I'm not, like, an artist by, like, art school standards at SMFA or, like, you know, that type of art school. I, like, definitely don't read or talk about any of the same things that artists talk about, but I feel like the artists that, like, are people who are, like, trying to get a career in the arts industry or, like, exhibiting art, you know? So I don't know if I can identify as an artist, but I guess I'd like to. There should be room for different kinds of artists, right? Not only, like, not only, I don't know, people that talk about their work in a certain way.
Santi, what's cool these days?
Cool is such an interesting thing because I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, thinking and caring deeply about what is cool and what is not. Like, you know, as long as you're aware that it's definitely, like, a surface thing, like, you can go pretty deep on the surface of stuff. What is cool? So what is cool in 2014? I have no idea. I also think, like, you should feel totally free to define for yourself what is cool. So that's, like, a contradiction because, like, being cool is about, like, knowing what, like, other people accept and are into. So what is cool to me is what I'm really excited about in 2014 is just bands. And that just happens to be, like, music happens to be, like, the most exciting vehicle that I can totally access and feel like I can be a part of right now. Although I feel like there's some privilege to, like, feeling like you can access it and have a voice in that community. And so I think it's also really cool that there are a lot of people who, at least in New England, it seems like people are into being aware of like, I don't know, I don't like necessarily framing everything in terms of, like, that whole thing, like, privilege or not, but just that, I like that people here are aware and that, like, maybe they're, like, it's not perfect, but people are trying to figure out how to make sure that everyone's included.
Do you think artists should try to make money since I'm broke?
Artists should definitely try to make money because unless you already have a bunch of money, or unless you're, not to stigmatize having money, you know, it's fine if you have money and you can do your art for free, but, like, I think it's worse when people stigmatize, like, artists trying to make money, because that's not fair to people who are trying to make art and don't have a lot of resources and kind of depend on having, like, funds that, if they're gonna do art full time, can only come through their art, you know? Like, if you say, like, oh, it's okay, you don't have to make money off your art, then, like, I feel like that's exclusionary. Like, there's a lot of voices then that aren't heard because it's like, well, what if you don't have money to just not make money off your art and you have to work a shitty job? And it's not to say that you shouldn't have to work hard and work a shitty job and try to make your art. You should do whatever you can, but I just think that if artists aren't able to make money, then the only people who can be artists are people who already have money from somewhere else, and that's not fair.
Cool, thanks, Santi. Heart you. See you soon. So this is my friend Rachel. Everyone say hi to Rachel.
I'm Rachel Milligan, and what do you want to know about me?
Awesome. So Rachel, what do you do? Do you do art?
I'm a nurse, but I have a bachelor's degree in art and an associate's degree in art.
Did you not expect to be an artist?
I always was interested in art growing up, and then my mom said, well, you know, if you're going to do art, you should do it now, because people go back to school and do healthcare or whatever, but no one goes back to school to be an artist, which is sort of like a comment on the practicality of art as a career. My big problem with being an artist was that I really like to create art, but I'm not really into the marketing side. I'm not good at marketing myself. I have some shows, but I'm not interested in business. I think to be an artist, like a successful artist, you either need someone who's connected to you, who's interested in business, or you have to like want to do business. Like, it's a business.
What's cool? What's going to be cool? What's cool?
Let's see. That's a very good question. I feel like 2014 is going to be a continuum of this sort of like push and pull of old success, like bright colors, and like I think like the Andy Warhol thing is still very appealing, and then like also this sort of idea of like integrating whatever makes this century or this year unique is also happening. People always have a sense that you can like push it, or that you're doing something new, or that you're doing something that's never been done, or something that people haven't seen. But our culture is so interested right now in like everything that was already done really successfully. Like, we're really into colors.
How do you turn creative energy into cash?
Creative energy into cash. You can have a blog.
What are the hot new foods? The in foods, the cool foods?
Some type of water from some region that that just becomes popularized, and then we exploit the people that live in that area so that we can drink this awesome water, etc. So there's going to be like a wonder fruit of 2014, like some sort of nut or grain that people, some small tribe has been subsisting off of for centuries, that we're now going to, that's going to catch on.
What if I want hot new foods, like spicy? Like, should I just add hot red pepper flakes?
I think jalapenos, serranos, those are like the new, I think like, again, like back to like the Whole Foods, we're getting back to like red pepper. I would say no to the red pepper flakes. That's like old, that's like Pizza Hut. We're like this is, 2014 is not about Pizza Hut. It's about like going and having like some tapas that you're gonna put on with like diced jalapenos and serranos and some crazy chili pepper from some some like unindustrialized area where the people have been eating it for hundreds of years, and it like restores their youth, and they all have like green eyes that look like emeralds, and we're gonna eat those peppers. It's like, I couldn't even tell you the name because I feel that is like the pepper of 2014. No red pepper flakes. We're like moving backwards out of refined foods, processed into like whole, natural, crazy, hot, youth-restoring peppers from another land.
Peint tout tombe, on fait que son colon. L'amour amène lui, je des danses. Sigue, sigue, si, sigue, sigue, ça. Sigue, sigue, si, l'amour on redonce. Peint tout tombe, on fait que son colon. L'amour amène lui, je des danses. Sigue, sigue, si, sigue, 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 sigue.
I'm ready to try being a monk, which is really scary. So